Okay, my hat is Honduras, and I'm not sure what the relevancy of it is. My T-shirt is about California, and I don't know what the 63 is. It's Long Beach, which is a Navy base, and I think it's a beautiful place. I went by it on the train, but I didn't actually go to Long Beach. Okay, next hat. This one is a barefoot, and I got nothing on barefoot. What I'm doing is I'm just putting on hats to see if I get any good things to tell you. This lady is about Portugal, Our Lady of Fatima, and I don't know anything about prophecies these days. This next one is the Florida Gators. Nothing comes up about Florida. Okay, this is a corporate hat from, I can't remember the name of the company, but it's basically a sports company. I got nothing on sports. Next one I've got is Marge Simpson. Hello, kids. I got nothing. And this is Komatsu, who is a heavy construction company. And I got nothing. So the last hat I've got, I'm trying to get blue because I've got a blue hoodie. It's the A-Team, and I've got nothing from Mr. T. So let's call this one the hat trick. And I wanted to tell you a bunch of things, and the hats are not working. Let's see. Okay, this is 88, which is infinite infinity. If you turn an 8 sideways, it's infinity, okay? Infinity, infinity, infinite infinity. I'm not talking about infinity. So, let's see. Okay, we can go to Jamaica. I'm ruining my costume because I'm showing you all my hats. The Oberman come and he'll be talking about the thing in Jamaica, but it's nothing relevant to you today. Okay, and it's Bob Ross from Bob Ross Down Under. Don't come to Down Under right now. We don't need it. But Bob Ross is having trouble drinking too many beers. So, Red Cross, Switzerland. Well, I don't have any Red Cross information for you. What can I tell you about Canada? Nothing. This is my safety meeting hat. It's orange. I got nothing on safety. This is my supernatural hat. Oh, okay, I do have something for you on this hat. On this hat, I've got, there was a commentator on YouTube I was listening to who was talking about spirit entities nesting in your body, especially your body organs. And these ones could be like ghosts, basically. Dead people that want to re-inhabit your body because they want to experience things that bodies can do. And this was like quite a long lecture, about an hour. And basically, telling you all about these very scary things about, and he's not the first one to talk about discarnate entities. Discarnates are basically no body, but if the spirit exists, and them infesting you. And it's very scary for somebody to listen to this because maybe they went to the doctor and they couldn't figure it all out. He was saying some people that were bipolar have spirit entities. So it promotes fear, and then this particular commentator said, and if you've got this problem, well, I pulled these things out of myself and out of other people, and it was a horrible, like, squid thing coming out of people. Well, there's a sucker born every minute. And, if I mean, he's basically saying, if you just instantly feel sick or something, or, anxiety or whatever, it's one of these things, maybe. But you can contact him, and I'm sure for a price, he will, pull it out of you. One time I was told about one of these people who uses pendulums, and this pendulum person could determine if you had discarnates attached to you. And I had something like 500 attachments by these spirit entities, according to this person. And this person, was charging some money to remove them. And then once they were done, and then I went back some years later. Oh, you got like another 500 attachments by entities. So, what good does it do to pay somebody to remove entities if they're going to come right back in you again? So I'm just telling you because I have spent a lot of money on these kind of people. And the world is full of people who are trying to get you to buy their services. Some things we need to buy. We need to buy food. We have to buy shelter, food and shelter, and I suppose, entertainment. But a lot of these other services that people say you need, and they tell you a wonderful long story about how it is and how I'm the one that can fix you. Well, this particular person basically said if you just be calm and breathe, it's going to solve your entity attachment problems. Well, there's your answer. But he said, if you've got problems, you can contact him. So, if it doesn't resolve itself by you being calm, then that's his business, right? And that is what I always say. Everyone here on this planet is trained from a very early age to figure out an angle to get other people to buy their services or goods, but it's more services these days. And well, there's some people who are professionals, who, like doctors, for example, who are, who even the governments pay the doctors in a lot of countries, and the doctors prescribe medications, and now the governments are getting on board with, we're going to have these pharmacare things, so we're going to pay for the drugs, and everyone knows that big pharma are big scammers, and they overcharge on these things, and they're going to get the government to go right directly from your taxpayer pocket, your wallet, directly to the government, and they're going to cut a check to big pharma on your behalf, and another check to big medicine, your doctor and your specialists and what have you. So it's a huge scam. And they make it sound like, like this socialized health care is, we need this because otherwise you're going to go bankrupt if you have to spend $100,000 for a heart operation for a member of your family. So they use a lot of fear, but some people do have heart problems that do need dealing with. So what are you going to do? Basically, they get you coming and going because humans do get sick. And a lot of stuff that they prescribe, well, they're influenced by the drug company reps who come in and say, well, I got this new drug, and it's like 10 times the price of the old drug, but, it's new and improved. And the more you sell of this particular one, well, they used to go and send doctors on trips and things based upon how much of a drug they would sell, and it's been cracked down upon apparently. Whether it actually is or not, I don't know, but the doctors did fall for it in the past. So if you think the doctor knows best, I'm going to tell you that the track record of doctors is that they will fall for anything that gets them trips and gets them money. So if you think your doctor is immune, you just have to look at the history of it all. As a group, the doctors are as negligent as anyone else in pay for play. Maybe there's some doctors that weren't, but the drug companies certainly invested a lot of money in, you want a really good paying job back in the day, let's say 10, 20 years ago, You'd be a drug rep, you'd be paid very well to go and visit doctors, bring them donuts, and tell them about your new drugs and the programs. You sell enough of this new drug, and we're going to fly you to Hawaii. So the drug companies wouldn't do that. They would have canceled their programs after a year if they weren't getting huge sales of these new drugs. So be wise. How can you be wise? No, everyone is out to take your money. Everyone is out to tell you a story that is designed to get your money, and if they can get the government to take the money for you, all the better, because the governments will keep spending the checks, and they'll keep taxing you at the gas pump and sales taxes and income taxes. So it's a huge scam. The whole world, that you can't escape it, but at least you know about it. The whole world is based upon lies. Is there some truth? Well, if you get an infection in your skin, antibiotics do seem to work. Why do you have to go see a doctor to get antibiotics? Because they're the only ones allowed to prescribe it. Why is that? Because they got the monopoly on it. They think somehow. Some people will say, well, it's because, if you overuse antibiotics, then they lose their effectiveness. True. But long before they knew about this problem, the doctors were the ones who could prescribe this. So what was the reason before? Before they knew about these, superbugs, before they knew about this, why was it only the doctor could prescribe these particular drugs? No good reason. No good reason. In the late 1800s, you, without a doctor, could order things like cannabis and opiates, just from your local apothecary. So it was some way along the line where the College of Physicians and Surgeons, or whatever it is in your state or province, country, got your government to pass a law. And they passed a law, and they said, we're the only ones that